We shall see. We will never lose anything. Father, Father, with the help of our supporters and the mighty marketing, we shall win. We will never lose anything. Fabu, papa, fabu, we, papa, papa. Ukuma pima apimbe bai, pam, pam, pam. Ole, 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 ole. Occupy warriors on the way. We fight before it is too late. Fabu all the way. Occupy warriors on the way. We fight before it is too late. Fabu, fabu, pam pam pam, fabu, ole ole ole. Occupy warriors. All right, yeah, tested 1 2 1 2, and very soon we are going to join you guys and we best start a year Jumedi and Chakra. Enti afei no adwone a mesrɛ na nyabotre kakra na yɛtwitwitwa nneɛma de agum na yɛahwɛ sɛnea ɛrekɔ ɛwɔ ɛyɛ dwumadie no so na yɛatumi de nsɛm no de abrɛ mu. Enti afei no adwone a yɛbɛhyɛ wo sɛ nyabotre kakra na yɛpiapia nneɛma agum na yɛatumi aba na yɛatumi akagye agum na biribia atumi akɔ yie. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Sir Obed Network. Na enema timi akoye. Well, very soon we'll join you. This is the evening edition live on Sir Obed Network here on YouTube. Mr. Abiwa Sanka headphone na mintimi enkeje ngum kakra. All right, yeah, this is like a maiden edition. Hardly and ubenya se mabana mama betena sisi but enedie na sene nneoma ekọ no esese meba na mebetena se na nti sene mde tu dwa no o join ya na wanya abote kakra na afi na ye kekeka nneoma edi abom na yetimi ahye dwumadie na se. This is inside Kotoko here on YouTube. Nti me so comment section ho mamente wonka comment section ho no mamente wonka na mentimi hu de ekoso mesre ma comment section ho no me monitor comment section ho then Mr. Abio bibi so ba na quickly wa ma me nsa so etimi aka no na aboa ma dwumadie no etimi akoyie. All right. So We've had a lot of conversation around Asante Kotoko lately. Yeti Kumasi Asante Kotoko hon komo pa. But and then suddenly I did too many that things is getting closer. And you may be announcement in Baba. And a meeting Kasia because of Kasim confirmed meeting Kasia because of Kasim. Nanya meeting Ketwa. Kumasi Asante Kotoko honsem eba so. And on 6 p.m. That is the time of Kasim Edema say announcement in Ebeba. What is the breaking news about? Let's get interactive on this particular platform. I don't normally do live. More money pass. I mean, per minute be I'm a per live. So, but then me the live no ever. Let's get interactive. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, Mr. Oba. Share my down for Sunya share the link. Share the link. Is that you? And share the link. Na yentimi enkoye anymore. Our darling club will rise again. We a young official. Ne ho ena a free ever. We see a testimony or say heat Kotoko rise again. Ho ena a seminal a free so also young official. Also Eddie Abba. Na yes kunya. Alright, tiensho semina se kakra. Na yambro pro semini bi so. Nyame aduma Sunday. Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Ebebo Eddie Etia club by a friend on Vision FC. Vision FC. Na enyan ho common yeshia eno de ye de wo me ho app. But my mention comment section. Also Kotoko need a modern day football administrator, not a millionaire. Kotoko need a modern day administrator, not a millionaire. Okay. Also dia or the Abba. Or say we are the real warriors. We free Nana Jauho. Our day Abremi brain. Nana I'll say we are the real warriors. Nana also dia what the Abba. Yedi and Semono Ediba. This is Inside Kotoko here on YouTube. Inside Kotoko here on YouTube. Pachoma Minsanka will comment, let's get interactive on this very platform. Let's get interactive. Mr. Abiy comment ni bisuba hona na wa Minsanka papa. I think say yes streaming on we so meboa so networks wana. Okay, so we are live on Inside Kotoko and also live on Sir Oben Network. Okay. We see yesum asanteman na aboa ma bibia ko. Wo. So ba kan anana pinkra kwesi ewua e de betu dwa se Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Se match omo bebo against Adriana Stars. And a match omo bebo against club a friend had to folk. Se team 19 and team kunimwa. The IMC, the coaching department, and the playing body, there will be changes. The IMC, the coaching department, the playing body, there will be changes. And someone an up in crack will say what they were two down. Okay. Now, over the week, on the IMC, the possible changes that is coming in. Because for them, kind comments, kakra. Because one here now, but to them, kind comments. Good work, Selbert. We need people who would think about improving Kotoko and not their personal interest. We need people about improving Kotoko and not their personal interest. I like that. Where Daniel Aqua, or not so the other. Where's to see a funny K Richard TV? Convey? improving Kotoko and not their personal interest. Obi obebe bia your personal interest bia you take Kotoko back. Or the Kotoko be konechi, Kotoko be bre, enyantro. Samna branti ene kano. You need to sacrifice. And nuntina de biomse Kotoko edumane osum. It is referred to osum. Yakaso bi somwa. Eye tu mwache. Enye sika bibri. Enye di ememen sabeka. Eye sacrifice. You are sacrificing yourself and you are doing it to please the public. I like that comment. Comment there. Comment no eyemede. Inti na yeshia wa hase. Obi obebe bia eye kire se ono no motive bia so no emboa. Enya de bebo ama sante kotoko no ama konene. Don akomedi kotoko echi. We so then on the I'll say Kotoko can't Kotoko build a modern stadium like those in Wenchi, Swedro, Doma. Beside, they can play with them there. Why can't we do the same? Do you know what the Aban has to do with building a stadium? Okay. Say Kotoko Hia Stadium. So what I say? Santi Kotoko so build the stadium. Also dia or the buy no. Sa same way. Na ababe debate kese pa. If you have a Fabiano Bia on your opinion on Kotoko needing a stadium or not. Because if you say venues ni bia Kotoko kono kobo no. O share those places or mutimi kokobo board there say Kotoko no. Se Kotoko timi ya ni nyoma no no abo ne bo. Ti ono so dia no. Asemo. Yombo pa ese nkofu yomundu light na. Enkofa insem emba. Mr. Abio, pacho bebe me kakra. Be me kakra na din komo bi mame. Ko bi ba phone so ben pa de oyi bi eja na ben. Na ene nipa no. Facto na nim de ye no. As a production ye juma na ebanti no. Yes e juma no. We so say Kotoko will surely rise again. Kotoko will surely rise again. Or see please, hey, comment no as you say me nya botre na me ko. Pacho me nya obi anya botre. Ene me ba me pekasa. Nti me ba live a ye be ye adwuma nya botre. Ma me nhwe comment we na embo ama nioma entimi enko nanim. Ma me nhwe comment we quit. I say okay, I say please sir, can you help me get any Kotoko leadership at Nkoko's contact? Because you are Kotoko company for one Koko number. Okay. It's in story on. Any exclusive na me peno. And I all fire into one farmer. All fire into no one exclusive no. What's your voice no say then? Was it me I'm friend? Yes. You can't just me you. See, but then you can say here exclusive no so. Here exclusive no until when day. Ben chatting ana. Chatting. On chatting on farmer. Yeah. Okay. Sir. Chatting. Hey, sir, we are my live. I mean, time my life. What you say to? My life ready. Exclusive one farmer or the other man. Okay. I see. Okay. I say, please, sir. Okay, Makayan. I say, Fabu will surely rise again. Okay. We saw the other band. I say, Kotoko need a modern day administrator. Of course, Kotoko here a modern day administrator. Without a modern day administrator, no. And you might be thinking the ama Asante Koroko, modern day administrator there. Asante Koroko here. We say, Nana Penkra helped in establish the youth team. So I hope the new board and management will help to build a new stadium for Kotoko. We say, and confiance and I agree. Say, Nana achievement by Occupy youth team, no? Establishing the youth team. Inti, okay. Asemabo. Mr. Abiu, say na wedi ka chat mo ha wansa na ofre o. Nti me try say me ne chat ya ma big man atimi a drop exclusive na ma me. E wa ha na. Me a me pɛ mo asɛm kosti mu yɛ dɛ. Basho, etie for say live streaming e di o. Okay. I have coffee. Edu baabi ɛsɛ ɔbɛn na abɛtena ase na metumi sɔre kɔyɛ call no. Ode twɛn ode yɛ deɛ ɔyɛ no. Edu baabi I might probably have to get up and go and talk to him for the exclusive. Na metumi de aba. Metumi de. Okay. Whilst reading the messages, mame into aso. Na we see Kotoko need a modern day administrator Kimakano. Nana Pinkra helped in building the youth team. I hope the new board will help build a stadium. That's a wonderful point. Also watching live from the University of Ghana, promotion of the youth team should be a key factor and forget about already made players. Go if I'm booking a now in church or comments and uncle for them, but you address it. Our live in more time, pal. Thank you very much. Or say how I wish the experience gotten by Nana Pinkra won't go waste. Okay. So there have been 2 comments on Nana Pinkra, youth team, and his experience. Okay. We also talking about stadium. Okay. Send you start to say yeah, come home somewhere. I'll say we need to know the plans and the direction of the new board. To also I'll say plans and direction. Plans and direction. Thank you very much. Also, Obed, we need committed souls who knows about the tradition. So commitment. Okay. I'll say imagine. Yeah, okay. I'll say imagine Kotoka having some more comments in the dorsum. I mean pick a comment in free have as a piece in this one. Comments in family so. I think say imagine how. Or see, imagine Kotoko having more than 10 youth team players in Europe. Imagine the amount Kotoko will make every year. So also talk about youth team transfer. That's I think it relates to Bernard Samoa conversation. Okay. We saw the stadium now, but stadium no. Mr. Abiomenya 3 comments on stadium. Or see, we need a new CEO that will be selfless. Okay, so apart from committing on those selfless, understands the Kotoko tradition and will put the pride of Asantemai first. Okay. I'll say, please, it is 6 o'clock. We're so about. I'll say it is 6 o'clock. Yes, it is 6 o'clock. May you name the papa? It is 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock now. Okay. Beside you, statement number. Into quickly remove Opimswa FM. Na ball recording because me so Jani say me kwasa no. Or say Manhyiya is pleased. Mr. Abi, why ready? Menko. Menko ana. Me pacho Kotoko announcement na. Say Obed a champion mo aka no anya ye den. Ya catch them said that a Friday. And I can say Friday. A Friday. Into the announcement is in. The announcement is what? Is in. Okay. Yanko. I'll say Manhyiya Palace. Headline here. The Chief of Staff Office Asantehene. And the Chief of Staff's Office Asantehene and Abba. So Asante Koroko gets a new board of directors. I'll say Asante Koroko gets new board of directors. Manhyiya Palace is pleased to announce that His Majesty Otumfuo Osei Tutu II Asantehene has appointed a new board of directors for Asante Koroko Sporting Club. Confirmed. Mr. Abio, confirmed. Or say the chairman of the board is Mr. James Osei Brown, Chief Executive Officer of Joe Shop Constructions. Sir Obed in Cantro. As a some of them fans, Emma Ewahaya. Coffee, as a some of them fans here, Emma Wahaya, me catch them say, Kofi Aban and Nam from Emuno. Or board no, but I know on the bedding, I know a board chairman. Me catch us here, the man penny you fully be young farmer, why Kofi Aban. Okay. Because here, the man penny for now, a count, but everything Kofi Aban. Okay. Or say the chairman of the board is Mr. James Osei Brown, Chief Executive Officer of Joe Shop Construction, with Mr. Kwesi Osei Ofori, Chief Executive Officer of Rockshore, as the Vice Chairman. Kotoko New Direction. Ehon komo ene yedino. Kotoko New Direction. Opa, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. 2 members have been mentioned. Other appointees are Mr. Kofi Amo Aban, founder and chief executive of Rich World Group. They say nipa miensa ni enyo mudi na nanya sa nipa say 3. Me catch you say 18 bro 5. Ana me catch you say 18 bro nipa say 5. They say about 3. Yewra Joshop. Yewra Kwesi Osei Ofori ena Kofi Alban. Wemo ena miensa ewo Kumasi Asante Koroko. Womo omo board. Omo story na mrema. Other appointees and Mama Mr. Kofi Alban. Okay. The new team is expected to assume their statutory. They is expected to ensure the statutory oversight responsibility of the board immediately. Mr. Abio, immediately. Sabri no kase board no juma. Immediately after today's meeting, the board share juma say eneya immediately. Enyo china sem womo ye juma. The new team is expected to assume their statutory oversight responsibilities of the board immediately. However, the interim management committee will continue to perform the management duties until the end of the 2025-2026 Premier League. Confidence and catch them say ba. And yes, I am say ba na. Say board ni beba. No man on my idea can say on my transition no so until the end of the season. Until nipa miensa na board no so. Catch us say enye bebre. Send your first name ni beba na kotko board nipa be 7, nipa be 10 no enye sa. Say 3 names and ebe kotko board. Now management no ebe ye adwuma till the end of the season. Okay. And no tie free oba. Jetema ten na apo ama komo no etimi akoso na etiri ayedi. Na mamento aso. Or say the chief of staff at MANHYIA, Mr. Kofi Aban, today preside over a meeting at which the new board was introduced to the interim management committee team and called for cooperation to ensure a smooth transition. Meeting abaso ana ambaso. Wow. Meeting abaso ana ambaso. Yes, eneya meeting bebaso. Inti ene IMC no esia board no. Asante koroko IMC ni share board no. Na obu share board no eno obu din komo. Yewura Kofi Bedu na eti board meeting ase. Yewura Kofi Bedu na eti meeting ase. And our car said, manage your normal transition till the end of the season. So the interim management committee, which is the IMC, is going to work till the end of the season. Season. And that you Nemom send your board ni behu nyoma so no. Omo be manage nyoma. Omo be manage nyoma, omo hwe nyoma sa. What I say? Afi what court prince Owusu decision I say. And nyoma make it clear now. This is inside Kotoko. This is inside Kotoko. Who follow channel where you know the stories. Okay. The incoming chairman, Mr. Joshua, assured the meeting of their determination to rise Asante Koroko to the height it deserves, and urge the management to double their effort through the remaining weeks of the season. Now, say, you got to shop the two, that's a woman come boom. Now, weeks na kano, woman bojan, is that you? Omanya day, woman bojanum computer season, no? I have a corner here, woman for a moment tender, woman bojanum. Now, we see a war pinkra. The chairman of the IMC welcomed the new board and pledged the full support of the team during the period of transition. We said during the period of the transition. It says transition. Transition, which is Mr. Robert. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. So share was Obed Network. I subscribe to the channel. So share me inside Kotokwas. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I don't think board number. But from now to season never query, you know, Omone IMC ni be here juma. Sanye e bra never sono. Board no and your man for from. Ya kan o ha na yanka. Okay. A lot of comment. How many members in the board? Me say 3. We start your meeting and answer petwa. On Tuesday, Asante Koroko IMC share Ura Kofi Bedu. And you ran it to a man himself Friday or Mumbra Benshia. Or be introduced to the new board at Yamomo. Where at the end of the day, Omumi Olubaya Juma and Sana season Akwebi here. You can't ask them no ewa. And one abba. So a fan what joining her, I'm reading the statement again. MANHYIA Palace is pleased to announce that His Majesty 2482 II, Asante, has appointed a new board of directors for Kumasi Asante Kotoko. The chairman of the board is Mr. James Osei Brown, CEO of Joshua Construction, with Mr. Kwesi Osei Fori, Chief Executive Officer of Rockshore as the Vice Chairman. Other appointees are Mr. Kofi Alban, founder and Chief Executive Officer of Rickworld Company. The new team is expected to assume their statutory oversight responsibilities of the board immediately. However, the interim management committee will continue to perform their management duties until the end of the season 2025-2026 Premier League. The Chief of Staff of MANHYIA, Mr. Kofi Bedu, today presided over a meeting at which the new board was introduced to the interim management committee and called for cooperation to ensure a smooth transition. The incoming chairman, Mr. Osei Brown, assured the meeting that the determination to rise Asante Koroko to its height is to its height it deserves, and urged the management to double their effort throughout the remaining weeks of the season. Nana Pinkrako Kwesi, chairman of the IMC, welcomed the new board and pledged the full support during the periods left. In the announcement, it's me about Kumasi Asante Koroko have a new management. Kotoko a new management. We say, Obed, you are first in news when it comes to Kotoko matters. Keep it up. Convey? Actually, somebody mamenje. Yani, we catch us a board, me kayaka nipa ho do ebeba nyina akire o. Enti akosa dia untimi emfa bibia mesesans komo no. deɛ de baa no no ana aba nti kɔtɔkɔ new board ɛna ɛtumi aba a deɛ de ɛho nsɛm no ɛde ma wo Mr. Kofi Alban, Mr. Kwesi Osei-Fori, and Mr. Osei Brown. Actually, Mr. Review, actually, Now let's go to the discussions. Nana Pinkra Kwesi Ewa, at the assembly to job. Nana, it was coming. Point number one. The board or the IMC was an interim committee. And as an interim committee, at any particular point in time, no majuma to me bury and I yes, and indeed, Omejuma Aberia. I have my observation. They say Nipa 3 and Abba. Kameni Bejia, Keura Kwesia Pianco board. Nana Pinkra Sunko board, Nusnany Nipa 5, Nanko Munyajuma. You sabi your matter say. Nanka or more appointed a CEO because they are only CEO Akaso. No, they're speaking to a CEO. Na CEO no me te ho ama. So obe check here. Sabi opejini no was starting updating the Facebook page. CEO no. Yes. CEO because also want me a board. And omo be executive board chairman or no ever managing the day-to-day affairs. Oh. Yeah. Obi see your thought on the board. Yeah, but we are live shoot, you know. Yeah, me can't see na. Some confirm idea but. Sabio, my first point number one. I think Nana Pinkra Kwesi Ewa and Coach Akwesi Appiah, yeah, the Omuko board no one many beje. That's my first point. The experience of Nana Pinkra Babinyano, he will offer a lot to the development of Asante Kotoko. I have my belief. Obi back fresher. Yeah, no knowledge about the game, no ever from kakra. Now they make mistake and they learn on the job. So whilst they make mistake and learn on the job, it is always good that at the end of the day, whilst they are making mistake and learning on their job, knowledge because their knowledge is out of the sweat of Kotoko. Which me pa? Omo brand ni omo disua ni free Kotoko nu na aba. Nti omo brand ni omo disua ni free Kotoko mu na aba. What the Koton Charlie? Let's take someone like Coach Akwesi Appiah. In terms of management of football, he is a coach. But management, the locals in Coach Akwesi Appiah corner. And then a Coach Akwesi Appiah corner. He has not been involved in this. Now Coach Akwesi Appiah comes in, learns something. His connection with the fans, his relationship with football as a brand in this country. And the next moment, Coach Akwesi Appiah got tranche. No. Or can what one? Nana Pinkra came in with a clean seat. Now Nana Pinkra has been there for almost 3 years. His understanding will help key decisions on the board. So Sabre has 3-member board. Adding Nana and adding Coach Akwesi Appiah. Why they will not be involved in the day-to-day. Because I have Nana Pinkra day-to-day in one M1. But Soba no kwa when they are involved in the transition. Because you know maybe one fan say oh players go Kotoko Everton players be a Kotoko Dioma Kuko Kudo. Nana ni meno to Sebu be a. And that's where I stand. That's my first thought. And James, you say I fully support your view on Nana Pinkra and Coach Akwesi Appiah joining the IMC, of course. Nana has learned a lot. Let's be honest with ourselves. Nana Pinkra first day Mimisiano. That is not the same Nana. The last time I saw Nana Pinkra at Dakweja Sports Complex. And trust me, we saw Nana 3 questions. And I'll be honest with you. The comment that came in, how Nana answered the question, is different from Nana Pinkra and Michiano or Peposo. About 2 months I know about. That is my view. And traditionally, normally the Asante Kotoko board, a tie a war at the end of friend, the traditional touch. It was studied recently, and an uncopy on an normally board nearby the traditional touch also. But now, Nana Kobiahene was part of the old board no content and Nana Pinkra Kosia. So now, getting Nana Pinkra from the traditional point and also when there's some relationship in the Ghana Premier League, Kotoko is not going to start on page 0 with Nana Pinkra part of this particular board. Part of what I say, no. I want to make me free back. Then you look at Coach Akwesiapia. I think in as much as men have openly criticized Coach Akwesiapia said, position now near Diamano, he was supposed to be present every day, day to day. But no asha, now Coach Akwesiapia, and I'm so used to that humanity. Day to day, which is I am still not doing a day to day now. But at the board level, board go within a year and over 5 times. With that, he can be the brain in terms of technical decisions and technical committee. Technical decisions and technical committee on the board. The hot here. So, how no use to done a Juma? Send your board, put a where CEO of way, where CEO of way. That means they are not always going to be present. And yet they are on the wall. They will manage their businesses, but there will be people on the managerial work of Kotoko. And that is one important of opinion of the Coach Akwesiapia. So his technical knowledge will be present. But who say Obi Bisa, son of man, Bisa said, so are you telling us Kotoko don't have records about existing players in the system? No, they have. They have the records. No doubt about that. They have the records. But the point I'm trying to make goes beyond records. It goes bigger than records. The other can say institutional memory is very important. As I say, at the time I am for me join the Kotoko. Now me involved in any football activities. Now I made friends. I learned something on the job. I made mistakes, which some of them even cost Kotoko. But later, after about 2 years, now we're not team. So the moment you leave, the person that comes over start from the scratch. You will leave with some of your initiatives because your initiative were a personal decision. Said you can aim believe in that initiative, or no started from. So I check here. Obi no follow Kotoko on social media had a problem, and the problem was that the communication director never know or the various social media handles will be not the call because normally the new person no more pay. But there was a transition from Kweku and Kra to me, and a transition from Memensa to Loya Safuduku because Kweku had an excellent relationship with me. I had an excellent relationship with Dr. Loya Safuduku long ago. In Tuba Stadia from that time, and I got social media handles. A year intact. It's a as a Obiaba and was a year intact my transition to us. So normally, say nipa no beba no need your only relationship na nko year. At the end of the day, you want you maybe a nipa na shas but your beba na to us obeja go. Enti nana from the traditional point, Coach Akwesiapia from the technical point. And since it's any day-to-day running, they can do it and pressure will not be on them. Intermediate. First suggestion, seeing Coach Akwesiapia and seeing Nana Pinkra on the board will do a lot of good for Asante Kotoko. That is my point number 1. Point number 2. So, okay, statement now. Never comment so. Comment in as main kind. Sober statement in the target of the board was not defined. That will you tell me. The target of the board was not defined. The target of the board was to take Kotoko to the next level. But me, the other thing I'm expecting from this board is to communicate clear to every Kotoko fan that in the next 5 years, we are going to build a foundation for Kotoko. Focus on foundation. Also, about the number of years. That was statement, There's nothing like a number of years for the board. It may be a big one here say, Misabi Kakra will call South Africa because who here our Kaiser Chiefs for our facilities. Kakra will call WAC because who Morocco. I can confidently tell you, say, if we want Kotoko to get to the top, the last thing we should focus on is trophies at this point. At this point. At this point. So what's the idea? I'm preaching foundation. And listen, I am preaching foundation from one, the point of working within the club. And here one. Two, before I joined Kotoko, I was a journalist, working outside before joining, and working outside after joining. And no man son a DPM preaching foundation. So be away consistent Kotoko, a starting foundation. I've been one person, I'm a preacher side. And one share every moment that may I at some point I don't see the joy in Kotoko winning the league. I don't see the joy in Kotoko winning the FA Cup. Because why should I rush and go and write SSC? Now me call university, my first season and I'm a first step. No ma go dear, no ma failing. Why don't I prepare myself for go to the university and perform what course? Ebema me parents seek and question. Because the question you ask yourself is that in the last year for Africa, Kotoko, what has been the benefit for Kotoko in Africa? Clearly, it's looking like we go and waste money and we come back. In the last 3 years, 3 to 4 years, 3 to 4 years, the board top league 7 ton chain. If you visit Adakwajachi and say, and yes, sir, ye kasa ede, a hope why home ede a year ye I can tell you, say, the state of Adakwajachi. If there is one thing we must focus on, it's this improvement of Adakwajachi. It's a bitter truth. Nukra eya. Nukra eya. A failure to war Adakwajachi. Kotoko at this point cannot boast of a complete building. Adakwajachi. How can a club like Kotoko? So Wafa, more facilities now. You see buildings. Clubhouse now Kotoko 10-year rent you. But Kotoko should have a clubhouse. And then so Brony women no Kotoko training grounds. Recently, an app and come here meet the players, meet the fans. You remember the 2 years him say AstroTurf first pitch. It was the cause of certain injuries in the play body. Kotoko at this point cannot say or pitch. Pitch now. It cause players injuries. And no move back second pitch. So improvement of facilities. And say Kotoko must come down. Kotoko must come down and invest a lot in supporters mobilization. Kaiser Chiefs are based in Johannesburg. Abu Kopo or game with Kotoko. Our Durban. Supporters a bit for flight. A bit for bus. 7 hours. Ever Durban. Ever sure. Omu game of Kotoko boy. That was a friendly game. Kumasi Asante Kotoko boy Africa. Africa against what? The passé the free Kumasi Kwakra. So apart from infrastructure, which is not something that the resource Nigeria, this is infrastructure. When you look at the fan base is weak. And the kotokwachi tafo, emu drosire no form, it is weak. Therefore, there should be a conscious effort to improve the fan base of kotoko. And then traditionally, which pen paper or researcher, the average age of kotoko supporters range from 35 focal. How many kotoko supporters need be more or below 20? So if your fan base, our the younger generation, is decreasing, it means that in the next 10 years, your fan base will reduce to a lower margin. And as you kind of cry, nipa 265 in all life you saw at the moment. More chef from inside Kotoko. Convey, so over network you're saying, my number 112. So in total, we are looking around nipa 350 or 370. Say yeah, honest to ourselves, if we do not say they below 20 years on this particular live nipa say they below 20. How many Kotoko supporters they below 20? And yet the initiative of Porcupine Tertiary and can make culture will say can generation to do any. So Kotoko must have a fund mobilization plan which will call for money. Where we'll even start opening clubs in some of the secondary schools. And also secondary school by your investment club, your drama club. Kotoko must start having Kotoko club in some of the secondary schools. So that we would start inputting the love of Kotoko, our secondary school. And we are younger generation. There should be a plan to rekindle the older generation of also Dowa Kotoko. So be Kotoko assemble, there should be a plan to rekindle that fire. So funds mobilization is huge. And CIA say they could judge chairman solo pa or after 4 years oko. It should be a management decision in collaboration with the supporters leadership. And here we enforce resource. We must get Kotoko to the level where at the end of the day, Kotoko will be losing matches, but people will still be crazy and be going to the stadium. Send a sharp bro football. Among Funko Stadium, team need board draw, team need call education, and it's not stadium. We need that spirit. This is very necessary. We'll come and talk about the branding and the institution Kotoko. Various means of making money. Various means of making money. Which deal with branding, marketing, and financing. And you see as a from. As I say, you must say that particular department is working. Sometimes the discussion around Kotoko must look beyond 3 points. Maybe I know me catch me now for na. I know me live no. Also, me Twitter space no. Me na catch them say fine. You have an excellent point. But sometimes I want to hit a bonko fuja kakra. But Kotoko beyond 3 points. It's a necessity. And open one slogan. The current board is someone adapt here. It should be that Kotoko beyond 3 points. Or Kotoko more than 3 points. The youth team policy should not die. As a matter of fact, Sienya 20 best players were Asante Regional. As a second to make sure at least 12 to 15. Say we are a Phoebe generation be so. Generation be so. Me I say Asante Region 20 players we mo the omo asewa. E say mo be 12. It me e Kotoko dia. E wo mo age group. Where omo betu bi. E be senior team. And that is a necessity. It is a necessity. We cannot have the best players in Asante region and even in Bruno and other regions. No more call other lower academies. So youth team direction and getting talent at a younger age should also be a plan. This is beyond 3 points. Not 3 points. It is beyond 3 points. And necessary, and necessary. And then you have got to talk about someone. You need to calculation on what can possibly happen with Bernard someone. Anyone scared it me free Bernard someone. Me no me do come me actually say. At the end of the day, if a Fibia no got them kwalani be got kwalani be kwa, You can imagine, say Kotoko can start the season not just on youth team transfer. A senior team, I say, in Kasamba, Abetamu, Kotoko, who send us supporters both. But so who say Kotoko, Bena Sumwa, the Nico loan. How many people complain about Bena Sumwa Okulu? People are quiet about Bena Sumwa Okulu. But Kotoko, Abetamu, who send an Uncle Bri on Abetamu, Kotoko. That is the conversation. Few people were complaining about Bena Sumwa compared to Abetamwa. But I can tell you, say, Bena Sumwa betimi di sika bebre abacha ya Abetamwa. Sika be free Bena Sumwa mu beba ten Abetamwa. Edintia. So imagine a Kotoko Lawson Mary Jr. Kotoko Benjamin Ose Owusu Ansa. Kotoko Anthony Dia. Say be ebeti Kotoko the Anthony Dia Kolo wires or the Lawson Mary Jr. Kolo was salty. Few people will complain. Few people will complain. But sika beba. One club Manchester City. Check how Manchester City has been selling their youth team players and using that money to finance buying big players so that City will remain competitive. But nobody, a few people are talking or be complaining about Manchester City. And it's a policy clubs must learn, including Kotoko. My point number 4. One thing Asante Kotoko board must factor into their direction is communication. Yeah, it's communication. Communication. They must not joke with their communication. PR, public relation, and communication is the heartbeat of the modern world. And your product be idea can say, Okotona wo no ma. It will say, idea with the influencers na share adwuma ma ye. Wa be kasa influencers yo ma share adwuma ma ye yo. Influencers ma share adwuma ma say am say you. Because over kasa na dia no ma chiche wa ma brand and communication. Over the comment I said it will be good if Nana Prinkan Kwesi stay to enable continuity. Last Afuduko as the secretary of the board and lawyer of Kotoko will be great. All including the administrative manager must go. So person my yes. But I support Lawyer Afuduko stay. I support that. Personalities are Kotoko Befa to be on the management. They should try and look at Senipa 7. 5 of them should be expected or should be above average in terms of communication. As 7 American TV pa. Se Kotoko Befa nipa nson and alcohol management no so a. Omombo money say emu maako be numbi. Apart from field on any position on the cotton. Their knowledge when it comes to communication must be close to perfect. Because they say, well, who are the ankasa ton here? The only be janobe ton basa. Must be close to perfect. So having somebody like Lasafudu, even if he is not the communication director, in times of difficulties, let's say explore me about 6 media house at the same time. So the last Afudu could come baby, Uncle Tutum Papa. So, wait me change the same year. That's my point. They should be able to explain whichever direction they have in mind to the supporters without any form of ambiguity. There should be some element of clarity in any form of communication. Especially to the supporters. Clarity. One thing you cannot take away from Nana Bantumahene You were Sylvester at that time, no Ekotoko. Any Herbert Mensah was that their communication won the heart of the supporters. Let me run you through history, Kakra. I mean, from a history book, now. Instead of you, I'm running forward through Kakra. History book, Kakra. So in 1999, Ghana Premier League had to folk won the league with 62 points. Kotoko the fourth with 50 points. TM in 1989. In the year 2000, Kotoko be the fourth. 2000 has the G League Kotoko fourth. Okay. I mean to us, Kotoko the fourth saying me. Okay. 2001, Kotoko be the second. Second, it had to folk the 9 points more than Kotoko. 9 points, 2001. Has the 9 points. Where did I Herbert Mensah? So tell you, Herbert Mensah, Mama 99, Mama 2004, and Mama 2001 has the 9 points more than Kotoko. That was in 2001 a stadium disaster. You see, now me for Ukraine see you. Now let's come to 2002. 2002 had to folk the 5 points in a beat to Kotoko. And 2002 now has Esha Kotoko 3-0. So this was the performance of Herbert Mensah in terms of league. In terms of league. So Herbert Mensah did not win the league. His closest achievement was the Cup Winners' Cup against WAC Kumasi in 2002. But Bissau said what happened? The fans were crazy about him because there was clarity in terms of what he wanted to achieve. Herbert Mensah was a PR specialist. He was a PR specialist. His communication moved the Kotoko supporters. He was able to move the Kotoko supporters along based on his clarity in terms of his communication. His policies were clear. So the average Kotoko fan at the lowest level now knew baby or the Kotoko neko. And this some no kind of J Kotoko akoma no. Emma with team were coming and shut down Bansebulu. Because when you look at this, and then say Kotoko 4 seasons without winning the league. I say Abeka. Imagine the management of the Kotoko 4, 5, and the Kotoko be second. Ama has a share the trainer. In 2002, had to folk 78 points, Kotoko 73 points, 5 points. Almost say Kotoko 3-0. There was no complaint. The next match now go focus stadium. So as some here as a supporters, you need a mentality change, Herbert Mensah is hard because his communication was intact. He had an excellent connection with the media. And then you need an excellent connection with the bloggers. Go to the political ship and realize how the politician are making good use of bloggers. Are making good use of radio stations. You need that. Obia or Kasafa Kotoko Biano. You must find a way to include the person in the puzzle or in the picture, whether it's a smaller part, so that at the end of the day, say nipa say obo motion impoye tua sa nipa tu no obeka sa ubeka sa fa ni amana kan de wo pe, and that is relationship and coordination. Very, very necessary. So Kotoko Beti League na kina farmer league, and a Kotoko say has to folks 6 times a watching with Nana Bantama here. Kotoko out of 30 matches or minimum 23. So that is the records of Herbert Mensah. But up to date about Herbert Mensah. Why? His public relation, the public perception, the communication, the fans' relation was intact. And we need that. I think communication now. And now Ponsa had a problem when some of the media houses were not in support of him. Upo, a true baby, Kotoko ball, Katiupo, Kotoko Intimiation. There were people down there at the stadium, and they were attacking him because of him. So they cannot play with the communication. It's very necessary. My point number 5. And then one person cannot run a football club no matter the amount of money any panel. And found this car said, "Yeah, papa, mommy, and son, we move." Any other appointees ever bano. And who be here say, "Sika, yerebe run a kotoko." Kotoko must strategically find an internal means of raising money. Internal means of what? Raising money. Internal means of raising money. Maybe for the start, they will probably handle Kotoko from their own pocket. Maybe for 2 years. But after 2 years, or there should be a plan said, after 3 years, Kotoko should start taking care of about 50 to 60% of his expenses. So making Kotoko look appealing to the corporate world. Making sure say Fabu census. A janebe saw to the extent that Busumi be a Kotoko accounts for Fabu census. Maybe about 300,000 Ghana cedis, which at least can cater for salaries. Is a necessity. And young command SSA agro. You cannot run Kotoko now without Fabu census. So whichever plan I will go from here, making sure say Fabu census rich. Who did you bring in? Who did you bring in? Fabu census. Maybe I used to suddenly I can and say Kotoko supporters na Busumi biano. Obi e ma Kotoko 1 million supporters, Kotoko nya 1 million Ghana cedis. Ya kasa asem na afi asem na ba. And sa asem ni Fabu census. Sa de ne Fabu census. At the end of the day, this new board cannot handle Kotoko without making sure say they take Fabu census to the next level. If they don't take Fabu census to the next level, we are in trouble. We are in trouble. One, inactive users. There should be a plan to get them active. Excuse me for just a moment. Sure. Yamo manya active bro. Yamabre. You just get free for. And there should be a plan for that. Yabe dada matu nemwa. Because all checking time are comment in a buyer. As some back one any probably can say dada na. But there should be something new. People feel maybe a scaffold so you won't be able to. I'm hoping this time a scaffold will give Kotoko something new. Now, Yanko point number 6. Younger Georgia Free is looking likely to take over as the chief executive officer of Asante Kotoko. Because also only a board. So there should be a management where they are going to appoint. Interesting times ahead. Zabio, you trouble one. Yeah, I say this is my first live on Inside Kotoko for a very long time. My statistics is here. I don't want to. We see Kumasi journalists are not helping. We'll come to that. Let me add much. We say maybe can lawyer Asafo Muzo be a question on a personal question the mamia for. So beside you, these are my thoughts. These are my thoughts. I don't have problem with the names. Because these people, before boom, they've been here before. That's something people are forgetting. They've been here before. Board me and send me and say boy, my back with board is open. And they coming back. Let's see how they will transform Kotoko to the next level. It convert Michelle Brana, but can't comment kakama. Because we be strong commenter. Now I think that would be unfair to them. Kapane Bafom. I call almost one. I think I've done enough. Cool today, Asamba. Let me try. Kotoko need a stadium. We say the new CEO should be selfless and willing to put the club first. We should understand that Kotoko is the pride of Asantemai. I'll say, please, 6 o'clock. Oh, yes, 6 now. That time. Well, so good evening. So, but watching live from London, I think we must be united among the new board. God bless you, Silbert, for giving us back-to-back updates about Darling Club. We used to say, please, I need to know how I'm in US, that you don't have any Ghanaian documents, you can register for our census. Okay, this asking question of our census. How Nana Penkra should be maintained, but the rest, bye-bye. Okay. Otuado have to give Hubert Jau a call up to the Blasters. Okay. We saw that I think the local coach are not up to standard. Kotoko management must hire a good expatriate coach who can develop players and be sold for a good foreign exchange. So, but Kotoko major problem is the politics in within Kotoko. That has been the downfall of the club. And so we need to look beyond the league and make sure Kotoko play in Africa at times like Sundowns. I think that's the only supporters who come to the stadium. So only 3 members as board. How many members of the board? We say 3. No matter what, Nana Penkra should be part, either management or new incoming board member, for his experience and in institutional memory. And in comments and call for the Abba. Also, Kotoko remains supreme. Kotoko must bring back Georgia Free. Kotoko must bring Georgia Free to be the CEO. Look at you. With the new board set up, you are close to getting. Also, look at you. With this new board set up, you are close to going against the IMC selfish interest. I don't remember going against the IMC. Asafu Duku, I think, lacks some certain qualities. I say, Kotoko is in the process of getting a new stadium now. Good thinking from the Ken. If they call you to come and help the communication, are you ready? There are people above us who can do the job. I don't think they are done with appointments yet. From the statement, it looks like there will be more appointees to come. So, but thank you very much. Also, Kumasi journalists are the problem. The youth should be the eyeball of the club. You are saying everything. The initiative should start. If you love the club, then you should be there no matter the results. Okay. Kotoko, the fan base can only increase when Kotoko accumulates the winning mentality with quality players. We say it would be good if Nana Penkra and Kwesi Appiah stays to ensure continuity. Lawyer Safuduku as secretary to the board, lawyer to Asante Kotoko will be great, all including the administrative manager must go. As you said, it is the bitter truth. Only the fans will understand. Take Inter, for example. They went 12 years without winning the league, and now they are dominating the Italian Serie A. That is one comment to be there about. I'll say without no target, it is still the same old story. There's no refer to the statement. That's a Kotoko and fast start Bibi account. Further, I want Kotoko to be run through IMF and foreign investors to spread the process of awakening the sleeping giant in us. We are far behind. These are all comments. So, but you are right. Nana Pinka and Coach Kwesi Appiah should be part of the board. We should say allow fresh mind. They brought not a single improvement to the club. So you are telling, okay, so it looks like I've done a lot with commenter. That is good. It's almost 7 o'clock. Banyame Adom, yetimi streaming for almost 1 hour. So the board na 7 So all other exclusives will remain for Nyame Adom Ochina. So yewura to shop, yewura kosi fori, any yewura Kofi Alban, omo ene eba be adwuma. Ede ama Asante Kotoko as the new board. George every year exclusive no. Yerbe later. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Mr. View, but your brand end the stream no. Nah, hate me. You guys in Kumasi should stop that nonsense. Anytime you appoint a board, you guys will start bringing confusion between the board and management. So, but you are one of those. Okay. Isaac Afrani Asan baby. Afrani, you must learn to talk. What I say? You must learn to talk. Papa, now in Kasa. You have every right to talk, but Ebiana said, anytime you have any chance, you have a you should be able to express your views without insulting people. The board is going to have time to bring the club to bring a proper seal, a proper management structure, and hope the board will complete the Adakwaja project. Thank you. So, but the Fabu census is the way. Please get in touch. Atok Kwamana. Thank you very much. Time check 7 o'clock. It started around 5:50. We've done 71 minutes live. Mr. View, I think this is where we call it a day. Thank you very much. Bye. Bye bye.